Although right now, he looks... Okay, that... This is part 2 of drawing Hermitcraft's Boatem members as pirates. Quick recap, last week we drew Impulse, Pearl, and Mumbo as the bosun, sailmaster, and captain respectively, and today we'll be completing the crew with Quartermaster Grian and Master Gunner Scar. We're gonna start by just looking through some nice piratey outfits. I'm not going exactly like historically accurate here, but something, you know, vaguely pirate themes because oh yeah. You think what, Grian or men's pirate costume set, Grian or Mumbo might wear something like that? Rock it with the gem colors with the red tattoo. I want like a fancy look for Grian. He's gonna definitely be Mr. Moneybags over here, or at least like that's his vibe. I feel like this could be a very good Scar fit. I do really like that. Wait, hang on. I'm actually gonna use this character vibes. I feel like, yeah, this is a classic. My neighbor put tung Sohor, like a decal on his garbage can. Yeah, and then Scar definitely actually, like, does give, where's the, like, stupid Amazon one? Not to say that Scar gives stupid Amazon outfit. I'm just saying, like, the pinstripes. I definitely think Scar would fit the pinstripe look. Yeah, I feel like Scar needs this. Yeah, this here, exactly. This is what I envision for, like, Scar and Impulse. Okay, I feel like we have quite a bit of reference here, and I can make some good outfits out of these. I am inspired. I don't know why, but his head feels unattached from his body. Oh, he's looking... What is happening here, dude? Why does he look like that? Is it just too far down? That looks a lot better. Okay. Whew, I almost decapitated Scar there. Oh, we've got like a little mini hat. Should I draw him with the mini hat or the big hat? I like the thought that he's like pumping out smoke or whatever, as if it's not literally oxygen that he's breathing. I did this was inspired by this wagon. I don't know why I made his legs so short. What the heck? Why is he so built on top? Ooh, yeah, his legs be tiny compared to the rest of them. Wanna buy some wares? Then let's do some clothing on this man. Editing Connor. Here we go again. Put up the reference photo on screen. Oh yeah, wait, I forgot to draw Jelly. We're just gonna pretend that this is an accurate cat. He's just so small, bro. Oh my goodness, I don't know how to draw cats. How the heck do you draw a cat? Cat loaf. Ah, brings up all this Garbo AI stuff. Get out of here, bro. Not even good reference. It's like a 2-year-old drew it. Yeah, there we go. Kitty cat. Kitty cat acquired. Now that Jelly's there, the most important part, objectively, we can do the outfits. He looks a little bit like a clown, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers, you know? I'm the beggar in this case. I'm begging it to be a little bit easier to draw pinstripes on pants. Now, what are we gonna do for your top, Scar? I don't want to give him anything that would, like, get caught in the wheels of his wheelchair. Just because, like, logistically, I don't think it would make sense, and I enjoy thinking about that kind of thing. Oh, heck. Yes, okay. I got something good. I just need to get the perspective figured out of, like, the ground that he's sitting on, so that I can get the ground of the, box. What's it called? Wagon. A little wagon! I think I'm gonna go with, like, basically this old-timey style wagon. Alright, that's the end of Scar's sketch there. I really like how it turned out. So let's move on to Quartermaster Grian. Oh, you know what I should do, actually? Like, just got a goated idea. Hang on. A little bit of like a... I know I'm cool. Although right now, he looks... Okay, that... that doesn't really look intimidating. Why does he look like that? You know what? I'm just gonna leave that there for now as I figure this side out. And then, yeah, pinky fingers can, like, do some crazy stuff when you think about it. Like, they just bend so far away from your hand when you need them to. Kind of freakish. Alright, we have our 2 finished sketches lined up here. I'm really happy with how they turned out. So I kept Grian's whole, like, coins in the fingers kind of look, like him showing off. And I really like his outfit. I used, like, this reference for the little shoulder coat thing because I thought it was really cool and kind of suited his vibe. It could break up the bright red with a little bit of a darker tone. And I ended up fixing his stupid expression to be a little bit more close to the original, where he's kind of like, oh yeah, I'm such a cool guy. With Scar, I'm really happy with how the pose came out. I think it's way more clear than the original, so I'm happy with it. And I love Jelly just chilling on his lap there. So as we get into the line art here, I'm going to show you a few pics of my own friend's cat. I actually, you know what? Editing Connor on screen right now. Shout out Winnie, because Winnie is my my bestie's cat. And, oh my god, he is the cutest little guy imaginable ever. He's very friendly and, like, he'll just very cuddly, loves everybody. And I've been around ever since they got Winnie. We thick as thieves, me and him. We tight. Winnie and I are homies. I don't know how we got from cats to this, but I started going on this tangent about how artists are, like, better than they think they are, so here that is. You know, I was always afraid that after 4 years at art school, I still wouldn't be, like, quite as good as, you know, I was supposed to be. And I don't even know what I was measuring my metrics of how good I was supposed to be after art school. Like, that's not really something you can measure. Am I good enough after 4 years of studying? Whatever. But in your head, I think it's always like a thought you have in the background of, was this worth it? And I guess when I was in art school, we were rushing through all these projects, and I was like, oh, I don't really think that I'm improving all that much. Or, you know, if I am, it's not as much as, I guess, my peers and stuff. And I always felt so behind. And I feel like a lot of people and a lot of artists I know have similar mindsets where they're really hard on themselves. But a lot of artists are a lot better than they think they are. Except when it comes to feet, because, oh my gosh, what am I even making here? So when I'm thinking about, like, oh, I'm not a good enough artist to make it on YouTube, or I'm not a good enough YouTuber to make it on YouTube, or, hell, I'm not a good enough artist to graduate or get an industry job or whatever. I just look at the people next to me, and I'm like, well, these guys are fantastic artists, and I'm jealous of their artwork, and I like learning from them, whatever, yeah. And they also think that they're horrible artists that are never gonna get a job. Or that are never gonna get a job. So, who am I to talk? Artists are just better than they think they are, and way too hard on themselves. I think that was the point that I started with. No, I forget what... I lost the plot. I forget what I was talking about, but... You get the point, eh? Sorry for the little bit of a depressing tangent, but hope you found some value or connection or whatever over it. So, yeah, with that out of the way, let's finish up this line work and get over to coloring. These two were definitely my favorite to draw out of the entire Boatem crew, simply because they have props. Because I studied to become a background artist, and like doing props and vehicles and stuff like that is kind of my specialization, because it's what I absolutely love to do. There's so much story that can be told through backgrounds and props and vehicles and things like that people kind of just gloss over because, you know, the characters are the main focus of the story. But all that stuff is like beautiful, beautiful storytelling as well. So these two, I loved designing the props. Scar's wheelchair especially. I based it off of the Swagon. So the colors were also based off of the Swagon, you know, the copper oranges, the gray tones, the wood on top, you know, all that kind of thing. And the little like gear things or piston looking things, yeah, they're meant to kind of be Minecraft pistons in a way. Like, they're just supports that hold the wheel together, kind of like axles on a wheel. I think that's what they're called. And then, of course, that season, he was selling hats, and I wanted to put a little bit of TNC there because Scar is the Master Gunner, or if you don't know what that is in pirate terms, it's the person who controls the cannons that go boom. And Scar, you know, he kind of fits the bill perfectly. So yeah, he's the Master Gunner. He has a little bit of TNT ready to go. We're working a little bit based off of like Minecraft principles as well as real life. I absolutely love drawing him. I love drawing his wheelchair and the Swagon and Jelly. All of it was just so fun. And then the box that Grian is sitting on, or the treasure chest or whatever, originally I wanted to give it like really fancy wooden engravings, but I'm not gonna lie, like I couldn't find any references for what that might look like. When I tried to make my own designs, I guess, it was way too cluttered. Like, it just pulled so much of the focus towards the box instead of Grian, and like, the texture looked really messy. I couldn't really like get it right. So I decided to just go with what boxes typically looked like back in pirate times. Overall, the prop design was really, really fun. I'm really happy with how these characters turned out. And honestly, if I had more time for the prop design, I would go all out. I hate mecha, but I think I would figure out like the tire treads and like more mechanical stuff on Scar's chair. But for now, I just made it match his character, you know, a little bit simpler, not too crazy on the details. And then for the treasure chest, most of the detail that I put in there was the wood grain, and then that little bit of wear and tear that you find on like gold and stuff. I even put some scratches and stuff in the gold because I was like, ooh, that could be pretty cool, like a worn ring. And I tried to think of the places that people would touch the most. So around the lock, around the edges of the chest, you know, trying to break into it, whatever. And I used that to figure out where the most of the wear would be, which it's not really something that you notice in the final piece, but it does give like a little bit more of a dynamic feel to the metal, like a bit more texture to it. Anyways, thanks so much for letting me ramble this whole time. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Here is how they turned out, side by side, their final designs. Again, just so happy. They finally rounded off the crew, and here's all of them together, a little slideshow of them. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you've enjoyed this video, maybe check out the last one, and you know, hit the like button. It really helps the video's performance, so I would appreciate it a whole lot. And yeah, if you've enjoyed listening to me yap that much, hit the subscribe button. Couldn't hurt. What's it gonna do? Alright, see you in the next one. Cheers!